Alright, hey everybody. So in this video, we're going to make some foliage. Specifically, we're going to be making some grass. So traditionally, grass has always been created utilizing planes. Typically, any foliage that you see in the game engine, especially foliage where there's a large amount of it, it's going to be just two intercrossing planes, and what's going to control the actual foliage is the texture that you put on it or material that you put on it, depending. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to create a plane here, and I'm going to scale this guy up, and then we want to go to inputs and make sure it's 1 and 1. Okay. So now let's rotate it up 90 degrees, and we want to move him up, but we want to make sure that there's a little bit hanging off the bottom. Okay. So now we're going to hold Control and hit D to duplicate this. And then we're going to rotate it 90 degrees this way. So we have kind of a cross section here. Now let's go to Mesh, Combine. And what I want to do is move to our front view. And I want to move our pivot down. Okay. I'm going to move the pivot right. Let's go right here. And then, of course, we want to zero that out. And now we have our foliage. Bam, we're done. So let's go to Freeze Transformations, delete all by type history. And then if we take a look at our UVs, we'll see that it's two planes that overlap each other. This is perfectly fine for what we want to use this for. So let's go ahead and File, Export Selection. And this is going to be grass _ D. Oh, no, excuse me. Mesh. The mesh, not texture. Export selection. So now if we hop into Unreal, go into Content Browser, and I'm going to make a new folder. Foliage. Open this up, and let's import our grass. Alright, there we go, grass mesh. Open, and turn off auto-generate collision, and import. Okay, and then let's rename this grass. And we'll save. Alright, so now we need to go either find a grass texture or create one. So we'll be right back. Alright, so I actually did end up finding one. So we are going to open up Photoshop, and we will File, New, and I want this to be, let's go with, so I want a good amount of detail with it, so I want to go 1024, great, and now I want to bring this image that I found over here into here. So what we want to do is make sure that there's nothing touching the edges on our object here. So we want to do something like this. So we want to manipulate this grass so there's nothing touching these edges on the outside or the top, but we can certainly adjust to kind of get the full advantage of our object. And the quality of this texture doesn't matter too much. Just as long as it's got sharper edges on it. Okay. And actually, you know what I might do? Let's see what this looks like if I duplicate this. Alright, so I'm trying to make it a little bit thicker because the other grass was a bit thin. So that looks pretty good. So basically what I just did is with the layer selected, if you hold Alt and press the arrow key, it'll make a duplicate of it and actually move it over slightly. So now I'm going to rasterize these, and I want to merge these, and then hold Control, and I'm going to click right here. Okay. And basically what this is doing is it's selecting all of the color data that's on this layer. So we'll see that the background is transparent. So we need to actually select all of that. go over to our channels, and then we want to click this button down here that says Save Selection as Channel. When we do that, it's going to create an alpha for us. So if I hide all this and I deselect that, you'll see that this is our alpha for our grass layer. Okay. So now we want to go to File, Save As, and we want to save this as a targa. And this is going to be my grass. O for opacity. Save, but this time we want to do 32 bits per pixel. And the reason for that is because we have an alpha channel, and we're going to actually be utilizing that alpha channel in Unreal Engine. Let's click OK. And then in here, I want to import that grass texture. Grass O. Open. Save all. And now let's open up our material here. And I'm going to delete that for now. I want to hold T and grab our grass O. And we're going to go with masked. And then plug our alpha into our opacity mask. And now you can see we have our grass in here. We could also plug this in the base color if we really liked that color and the way that looked. And we can also, create a normal map here if we wanted to as well. So I'm going to hide that alpha channel. And let's merge these because we already have our alpha. We can go filter 3D. Oh, it's actually like a duplicate of this. And then filter 3D, normal map. Oh, yeah, that looks good. So now I'm going to actually make another duplicate of this. I'm going to hide the normal. And then let's go levels. And I'm going to hold Alt until you see this little arrow thing here. Click it. So it only affects this layer. And we're going to do the same thing with hue saturation. So now here, I want to bring my saturation all the way down. And then come in here and adjust my levels. I'm going to adjust it until it looks good. So this is going to be my specular. So I'm going to merge all these. File, save as. And I already do have a normal for this. So I'm going to do grass full underscore grass. This doesn't need to be 32. It can be 24. And then we'll do the same thing with this. Save as. Targa. And 24 again.